Hi everyone, this is Sean from Stamp and Scrapbook Expo. Welcome. I am here to welcome you to our Let's Get Organized event. You are also here with me in my craft room. This is my happy place. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some of the tips.
Hi there, I'm Karen from Be Creative, and I am here with some organizing tips and tricks having to do with some really great organizing products that we are known for at Be Creative. And I must start by saying I'm probably most guilty of being disorganized because I don't know about you, but I just get in the moment with creativity and my stuff's kind of everywhere. I think I've taken over every room in the house while we've been home here. So the cabinet behind me, I'm not going to open because I just have to tell you, it is full of stuff I need to organize. But let me just say, if you've got this kind of a thing in your house, like a bag, any kind of Ziploc, if Ziploc is part of your organizing method, then it's time to move on from that because we can't find anything in these Ziplocs. I know we feel like we're getting organized, but let's get beyond that and talk about some fun things that'll help us, because once we're more organized, it helps us just not worry about all the clutter and just focus on the creativity. So to start, let's talk about stamps and dies and how to organize those. So I would say one of our most popular items are the magnetic storage stamp and die panels. So what's so great about this is because if you have a box of dies or stamps, that is just a mess to try and comb through. And so these panels, one side is going to be cling for your clear stamps and one side is going to be magnetic. They're 3-hole punch. They come in a couple sizes. So what happens is you can put on one, oops, they're all sticking together. So on one side you've got your magnetic and on one side you've got your stamps like that. If you had an all magnetic, they'd all stick together, but this is a great way to organize stamps and dies that go together. You can put them in a binder that is made for this, or great hack, just go to like Office Depot or Staples or one of those and get a small planner size 3-ring binder to put these in. And as far as like how many you can fit, it really depends on the thickness of the stamps, but you can get quite a few pages in there. So that is a really fun item. As far as organizing your ribbon and glue and all those types of things, I've got this guy. Totally Tiffany is something we're currently stocking her whole buddy bag line, which are all the different bags, different sizes to hold things like ink and paint and you name it, washi tape. This one I've got my ribbon in, I've got some stickle glitter gel and some ink in there. There's a whole host of sizes and ranges in that. They also do a really great 12 by 12 paper keeper, which is really fun. Now as far as ink and daubers, if you have your daubers in a bag like this isn't really working for you either. So much better would be to get the daubers in the dauber case. It all comes together. You can see what you have. You could even put little stickers on the back to indicate what color is what. If you are sticking with more of the warm tones, cool tones, and you're mixing them around, it's a great way to go. Dauber storage case. As far as things like Stickles glitter glue and ink pads and all that, these are our Be Creative tool totes. It's a really durable plastic, not even plastic, more like a vinyl. This is made in the US. It is not made outside of the US, so I will just say that it's really thick and very, very sturdy with the really nice zipper on there. And you can cram, I forget at last count how many I had in here, but it's I think well over 50 stickles. So that's kind of fun. No dividers in there, so you can put other stuff. You can do ink pads, you can do all of your tape runners. Lots of fun things can fit in a bag like this. Another fun bag that we do, that is the really heavy vinyl plastic, would be the tote-along bags that are designed to go with our pen trays. You could put anything in this. It comes nice and gusseted and you just pop it out. But I do want to show you a helpful hint when we get into our pen racks, because that is the most important thing, is storage of pens and markers. It is a nightmare, as I said earlier, to have them in a bag like this. So getting them in a rack is a really great thing to do. We have a couple different racks that come either loose, like single trays like this, or you can buy them in sets. You can buy them in the blue clear, or you can buy them in black. So you have lots of options, but these do stack up so that you can put them in the bag, or you can just put them on your countertop. And what's nice too is, let me just show you really quickly, these can stack, let me move this out of the way, you can stack this either straight up, or you can stack it on a slight incline. If there's little notches on here, so if you just feel with your fingers, you can hit the notch and then invert them. You can also stack them side by side. There's a notch, so you can do them wide like this to get a more wide display if you have a ton of markers. So you can go as high as you want, and too wide. There's 12 slots per rack, so you could go 24 wide. So as far as getting this into the bag, let me show you that really quick. There's going to be 6 trays that fit in a bag like this. Now you can buy it all done. That looks like this. This will hold 72 pens. There's nothing better than to be able to take your pens with you to a crop and then just have it ready to go sitting on your desktop like this. So you can buy it all done, but if you've got trays at home and you want to put them in a bag, that is the question I get asked the most, is like, how do I get the trays in the bag? It doesn't fit, I'm having an issue. So let me just show you that really quick, because it does take a little bit of wiggling. So I've got 6 trays. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 high, and I just kind of feel it with my fingers here, like that. I've got my bag open. I make sure it's nice and wide and open like this with the flap out. And then I even have pens in here. I'm going to grab the whole thing, and I'm just going to, with the flat side facing the flap, I'm going to tuck this in, corner, and then I'm just going to wiggle all the way around like this. And you just have to work your way around the entire bag to get that in. So sliding in piece by piece isn't going to work. You got to get the whole thing in, and just like that. Now I've got that in there and I'm ready to go. Or you can just buy it all done. Up to you, whichever you want to do. A couple other fun things. We've got the stamp pad storage. That comes like this, similar to the pen storage where they stack up. You can get that in a bag as well to go. But this is great because, you know, you may have a lot of different varieties of stamp pads, even the square ones, not the rectangular, but like the Tim Holtz Distress ones are square, and you would think this would slip back in this, but there's a lip here, so it stops it from sliding all the way back if you do have a smaller size pad, which is great. So no matter the brand, now if it's a real jumbo one, you do have to measure that, but most traditional size stamp pads will fit in here, and again, you can stack it up and do whatever you want with that, which is great. A couple other pen holders that are really fun would be if you just want something fun and whimsical. This is from Ranger. These are great to hold pens, markers, calligraphy, journaling pens, planner pens, all that good stuff. Really pretty with the gold zipper on there. And then, of course, there's this marker holder, which is from Spectrum Noir. What's nice about this one is it's all Velcroed. It's all soft but canvas, very sturdy. You Velcro it together. It's got the portfolio inside, and it's going to hold the longer markers like the Tri-Blend, or if you have markers that are really longer than a traditional marker. And it's got 48 holder spots in there. And what you can do is keep it in there, or you can just put it on the outside like this. When you open it up, tuck this in, and now I've got like an artist easel stand, which is really great to work with at my disposal. I can see what I have and color with it, which is really great. Beyond that, what else have I got to show you? Oh, the table tidy. That's kind of fun. So this guy is from Tonic Studios. It is kind of the big brother to the old-fashioned little cup holder you used to see. I had one on my table. I took it off just so you could see it. It will snap onto any size table. These kind of screw up, and you can use it as a trash can. You can put your tools in there to get more space on your tabletop. Or, as my dad used to say, you can put your margarita and chips in here, because we all need to snack when we're cropping. So lots of options. So, and beyond that, if you're going to go to a crop or just be on the go, of course you've got your storage bag. This is my favorite, of course. I'm partial to our Be Creative bags, which hold the 12 by 12 storage box. But you can fit all kinds of goodies in there. So many things that you can use to get yourself organized. And I just say buckle down and do it one day so then you have all the other days to be creative.
Welcome to Alice's Wonderland. This is my craft room, and it goes on over here also. I have storage up there on the top, and I've got my scrap rack over here, and then my stamps, my Stampin' Up! Stamps and embossing folders are here, and each one has its own number so that I can find it in my catalog quickly and find the item in the catalog quickly and find the stamp that coordinates with it. Then this is my wood stamps, and they are each numbered, and the numbers are here, so I put all the numbers on the outside of my cabinet so I can find the stamp that I'm looking for quickly and easily. There's my paper, and my inks, ink pads, and all these are on wheels. My Sizzix cart, my stamps and dies are here, and once again all of them are labeled so that you can find them quickly and easily. There's my punches, and each of those are numbered also. And then my drawers are all labeled, or most of them are labeled as to what is in them. And my embossing folders are down there, and I have embossed 4x6 card with from each of my embossing folders, and then I put a number, and those numbers, my dies are in my embossing folders are in order by number, and I can find the embossing folder quickly and easily. This is my stamp catalog, and it is I stamped each of the stamp sets, and then I put a number here that goes with the number of the stamp set that's on the shelf, and these are in order by subject. And I did my punches. I punched them out on cards, and I can take the punched card and lay it over the top of any of the stamps and see which ones actually do fit or don't fit, whichever, and it makes it a lot easier to find the correct punch or the correct stamp. And like I said, this over here is more of my room. It's more dies and so on, but that is it. That's my room. Hope I didn't make anybody sick by moving this so fast. Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm here to share my tips on how I organize my stamps, and I'm going to use the word organize loosely because this will be a crazy system for some people, but it does work for me. I have two big, they are thick, you can see that. I have two big binders like this that I use for my stamps, and I have put them into general categories. This one is just Heartfelt Creations because I use their stamps all the time and it's just easier to have its own category. But then I break it down into things like sports, nature, kids and birthdays always go together for me, sentiments, backgrounds are in another. So this one, for example, is flourishes, backgrounds, and embellishments and ephemera. Because for me, again, this works. Now, how this works for me is, as you see here, I have a picture. I usually just copy and paste a picture from the internet, a quick image search. Or if I can't find it, then I'll just throw the stamp on the printer and copy it that way. But now I have an image of everything there. So if I'm not sure what I want, because I have too many stamps, I have these boxes, 15 to 17 per box is what they hold, and this is box 30, that's why it's not labeled yet, and I use these, and I'm up to just shy of 300 on these, and there are sometimes multiple stamp sets per container here. So I don't always know what I have, so I have these pictures to help me. If I know I want some kind of background or some washi tape looking thing, okay, great, here I have this. Oh no, this border's better. Perfect, that's what I want. So now I know where it is, because at the very bottom there, where you probably can't see, I have a number and it says 9. Now, I happen to know that my close to my heart stamps are in these because they just fit easier and better. Everything else, like my Heartfelt Creations stamps, this is actually a Heartfelt Creations panel, this pink panel, and the boxes from them as well. I'm not a representative, I just use them. So I go to box 9 for this, open up box 9, and now I just have to search for that stamp. I also know where it goes back, and it makes it very simple. But if it was one of these up here, like 95, I know that that's the other way. I know the close to my heart stamps from the other, so it's easier for me. So I just go to that one. There's my stamp set. It's labeled on the pink. It's labeled on the box. Made that mistake once before, which goes in which box. Use them, put them back. They go back into, I have a filing system for them. The boxes go on a rack in numerical order, and these are in bins in numerical order, so I can always find them whenever I want. Close the book back up, and I'm all done. Like I said, I have 2 books like this. There are lots of stamps, but this does make it easier for me to organize them, for me to know what I have in each of them. I also keep a list, a typed list of what I have by company and the name within the company that I bring with me everywhere, or I look at before I order online. It keeps me not only organized when I go shopping at an expo, but it also mostly prevents me from buying doubles. I hope that this tip is helpful for you and gives you some ideas. Have a great day. Hi everyone, today I'm going to tell you about my tips for how I personally organize my dies. It is somewhat similar to how I organize my stamps in that I do keep pictures of them all in a binder. So I have my binder here for dies, and I separate them into just some basic categories, otherwise it gets too crazy for me. I have nature, I have these borders, toppers, and corners, basic shapes, then backgrounds, tabs, and embellishments, because those are different for me. I use them for different things. Card makers that are specific for cards, and then hot foil dies as well. So I do the same as I do with my stamps mainly. I will put them, a picture of each of them here, and again, I just do a quick Google search, or image search, and paste a picture of it here. That way I know what I'm looking for, or what it is that I want. The difference here is that while I will number my stamps, I don't number this. This is nature. So anything for this, I have a large bin, a big bin, and all of the nature stamps will go in there. So is it a pain because I have to fish it out and try to find it? Yes, it is. But I used to put them on the magnetic sheets, but the magnetic sheets are too heavy. I ran out of room for them. This just happens to work better for me. It is a little bit of a pain, I'm going to admit. However, it's what works for the space that I have. And you know, for now, so it's a little inconvenient, but so when I go, like, these are shapes, when I go and find the shape that I want, what happens is, I'll just find anything here. I thought I had the one here. Oh, here it is. Let's say I want this one. I will go to the shape bin and I will look for it, and I have them in baggies. On that baggie, I know there's a glare, I apologize. I'm not very good at the camera thing and it's backwards. I have written down what it is. In this case, because there's a code, because it's a company, I've written down the code. I've written down the name of it, and up top I've put an S in a circle so that I know it goes back into the shape bin. Now, when I am working on them outside of the bin and outside of the baggie, I do have a magnetic sheet that I'm using to put them all on so that nothing goes anywhere. And I can get them all right back in without missing any pieces, because I think we've all done that, or at least I have done that many a time. So I have them in here, in baggies. When I'm done, it goes back in the bag, it goes back in the bin, and I'm back in business. I hope that this tip is somewhat helpful for you to jumpstart your organizational ideas for your own space. Have a great day.
Hi, Stamp and Scrapbook Expo. So welcome to my crafting space. This is actually the closet in my spare bedroom, and that I have taken everything out and changed it into a desk. And I want to show you my 5 favorite organization tools. So the first thing that I really like having is these 12 by 12 boxes, and I keep all my themes in these boxes. So I just pulled a few out. I actually store these underneath the table space that you can't see here. But I put everything in this box. So my Disney Fab 5 is the top box here. So I will put ribbon, paper, stamps, anything that is that theme in this box. So the next thing that really helps me as a crafter is having all of my embellishments organized by color. So I have these boxes here, and each color has all my flowers, my brads, my buttons, my bling, my ribbon, anything at all. I switched from little pull drawers to these so that I could be mobile and just pick this up and go whenever I go to a crop. Hanging on the wall is a timeline. These show all of the major events of years that I was planning on scrapbooking. So basically it was my childhood through my brother's high school graduation. And this helps me so much because whenever I find loose photos or I'm not really sure when something happened, I can refer to this timeline here. In fact, I've even made copies of this for my mom to hang in her scrapbooking room. This idea came from the Totally Tiffany Organization Challenge. If you haven't checked that out, I really recommend that you do. She has so many good ideas, and this was one of the best things to help me get all the photos organized. This is the last organization tip that I want to share with you guys. This is my little binder. It's just a 3-ring binder that I got years ago. I don't even think this company exists anymore. That makes these, but you could use any 3-ring binder, and I covered it with fabric. But what this is my log of all my supplies. So I have a tool catalog here. For example, here's a checklist from one of my favorite stamp companies. I also keep a copy of all of the stamps that I have. So here I actually stamped all my animal stamps. But then you can see I got a little smarter, and I started just scanning them on my home scanner and printing them out so that I could see what size they were and I could see which stamps I have to stop me from buying duplicate stamp sets when I'm out at a crop or a show. I actually take this binder with me and put it in my tote bag. So you can see I have my different themes, like I have my Christmas, I have my birthday, whatever it is, and I keep all of this with me so that I can easily refer and see what do I have already. Oh, I did die cuts as well, so I know which ones I already have. I also have my colors in here. So I have my little Tim Holtz checklist. I have my Spectrum Noir markers so I know which ones I have. And then I made my own for any other colors that I have. I also have events in this little binder here so that whenever I'm going to a crop, I have my reference with me. I took all the events that I wrote on that big timeline and I typed them up into an Excel file so that here I have a chronological list of it and I printed it out. And this is just 8.5 by 11 paper folded that fit perfectly into this binder. So I sorted them by date here, and then here I sorted by event type. So all the birthday parties are listed here and I can see. So I have all of those. And then I actually just did a few separate ones just of the birthdays for myself and my brother. But and I did this for my mom so she could have a reference of her 2 kids. I did all the Halloween separately. So that was super helpful too. The last section is actually just my list of all the different crops that I've been to, and also my list to pack when I go to a crop. So that is my little binder. It's actually gotten a little bit big because my collection's growing, but it goes with me whenever I go out to a Stampin' Scrapbook Expo or crop. And so this is my space.
Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed some of the tips and tricks that you just learned, and you can take those back to your craft room. Thank you for joining us for our Let's Get Organized event, and we will see you next time. Have a great day.